Hi there, I'm Grey Hunter and welcome to Dune Spice Wars. Is it just early access? It bills itself as a 4X, but kind of a grand strategy game is a better way of putting it, so I kind of think it's in my wheelhouse. Got some RTS influences in there, so I thought we'd take a look. It's been my first pretty much blind playthrough, but I feel like I should be okay. So, you've got 4 houses you can choose from, or factions. They're going to add more, at least one more, as the early access goes on. So it's just a matter of choosing. So they've all got different abilities. The Atreides are annexers with more Landstar standing. The Harkonnens are pressures with like more military. Smugglers are a bit weird. Well, the smugglers and the Fremen are weirder ones. They don't actually vote in the Landstrad, but they do have other powers, like the smugglers can build underworld villages, and the siege Fremen can ride worms and harvest spice completely differently. I was going to avoid the smugglers and the Fremen and keep either the Atreides or the Harkonnen as my first playthrough. The question is if I want to play as a completely loyal, like militaristic for like do-gooder, or an amoral floating 60-pound ball of spite. It's not even a question, is it? I just like the Harkonnen idea. So, I got the oppression ability. I can get more unit power if I'm oppressing at least one village at 5k hegemony. At 10k, I can reduce agent time and sacrifice an agent. Now I've got to pick a councillor. Some of these are hard, some of these are easy. I'm assuming we'll see more as we go. We'll stick with an easy one, because it's the first one through. Brands plus 1 militia slot. Increased oppression. Sounds pretty simple. Peaking the feud. That's an interesting one. These are almost a tertiary character in the book. There's this Peter and Fate Alpha. Obviously, but yeah, Eakin's the guy who replaces Peter as head of the guard when his old head of the guard when he's killed. Yeah, so Mr. Addict. They know the law then, that's good. I've been reading Dune since 10, so I'm pretty up on this. 50% of the cost, minus 50. Let's go with a ban. The beast for a ban. Everything else will leave on normal. I need to pick 2 councillors, alright, I'll have it in the food and the man. What's he got? Stealth probe unit, corruption. Yeah. Right. 2 easy guys. Let's see what this is like. We're starting at Carthag. Right, explore. I need to find spice. This is spice. Spice must flow. So,
let's go.
We've got must capture a village in the region. Okay. Need a refinery to deploy the harvester.
On it. Copy that.
So what's this? This must be the spice in the region. So let's get a trooper and a gunner. Okay, command points. Let's pause up with a space and have a look at my stocks. That's with me. They've already got 200 ahead of me, but they're like Atreides. That's what they do. In 24 days, I need to give 80 spice to the Emperor to keep him happy. This. Okay, yeah, you can drag this up and down, and this will depend how much you're stockpiling and how much you're giving, selling to the Trome for cash. This is cash. My Ornithopter's taking some of that. Philosophy is building. Manpower is manpower. Fuel needed for my Ornithopters and other vehicles. Water needed for troops and villages. So that's not a tick up resource, that's a solid resource, so I have to be careful with that. Authority. Landstrad standing, which I'm in low because, you know, and Harkonnen. Legendary special operations gained by doing loads of stuff. That's the date. This is what all my mates are doing. Good to know. Developments. I need to capture a village to unlock most of this, so yeah.
Ready.
What we'll do is we'll search around the rest of the villages. Okay, that's just getting started. That's what's me to conquer spice. Okay. Map is of course randomly generated every time. Oh, there's quite a few in this place. Gonna take us a while. Do this one and then I'll check out the other things and come back for stuff like this. Right. Power, health and armor. You lose supply. Where is supply? Field. Oh, it's a unit thing. Oh, it's the orange thing in the bottom. Right. Let's speed that up a little bit. I've got a harvester rack. He's an agent, or I can just grab the spice. Did I take you out too early? I feel like I took you out too early. Okay. I'm building up stuff. I haven't got any spice. Yes, I took you out far too early apparently. There's the enemy village. Alright. So if I click on the village, they've got 2 militia, spice, Tonicus. They need 5 water and 35 authority. So let's move you
Copy that.
up here. So I want to sort out what's around me. Now, I know crossing anything that's not this hard rock is considered dangerous and you don't want to be battling on it. So I've got one like close-in guy who's doing his fighting. Phantom range gunners dealing 30 times a height near their target. But they do collateral damage, so in full Harkonnen way, they're just a little bit dangerous. Okay. In the village. Okay, that's ours. They need to recover. We've got a village up here. So this is all one territory. This is one territory. This is another. This is another. Not obvious spice yet, but I might find some. All right. Developments research. Intelligent network, survival training. Local district, composite materials. That seems a useful one. Water cellars. Okay. Local this is if you want to get building, this is trying to reduce the cost of like trading, spying and combat. None of these increase spy construction. Go for local. 5 days I'll get local going. So I want to build a harvester. Build a refinery in the spice region. Buildings. Refinery. And then you get to place this down RTS style. Build it close to my base just because that looks like it'd be useful. Manpower. Doing okay, so let's bring out a couple more units and speed this up. I feel like I can support 2 more units.
We live to serve.
Bring you guys home, see if you can heal off a bit more. You continue. This will be where the village is, I'm assuming. New village controlled. 2 military units control 1 spice field. Awesome. This is an energy source. This gives fuel. That'll be very useful. Of course, we're going to be playing Heartless up next. Okay. Spice production, construct a refinery. I'm all over this. Especially think I've only got 17 days left to actually get this right. You go take this village.
What's our next step?
You two get ready to move downstairs and take this.
To the slaughter. Yep.
Okay, let's push to the south. Oh, that's at the edge of the map. So we've got rare elements and a harvester wreck.
Waiting order. They won't resist. Listening.
Alright. I might not have the water to do this. Take both of these. So, our production 0.9. There's something else I should be looking for. It's wind strength 4, so it's actually a good place to build water. Sandworm detected. Oh dear, get in there, get in there.
Obliteration in progress. You will have it.
Officer factory will sign worm sign.
Lives.
Alright, so this is our harvester. So you can then ongoing siege, pillage, or claim. This is where we need the water. So, Plastic factory fuel cell wind trap, plus 3 water for each level of wind, so that's 12 water. And that's its 2 building slots used. And we can deploy you.
Awaiting target.
I'm a little bit worried that we're going to lose that other guy there. So we have 2 villages up and going. Let's get a second ornithopter out.
Listening.
I'm missing gold now. Spice will flow. Right, the harvest is down. Auto recall. That's something that should probably be on by default. Right, we've got local studies, that makes it cheaper to annex them. We'll go for water settler contracts because, yeah, I think that's going to be a useful thing to pick up early on. Kind of keeping pace. We have to grab 2 more villages fairly quickly in a minute. Ruins. Expansion development, or could tear it down for hegemony. Okay. We're getting in a good position at this point, it feels. Slice is being stockpiled, and you've got 11 days to get 80. That should be fine at this rate. I'm stockpiling most of it. I can always reduce that stockpile later. Alright, now we should have enough water. Flame Harlot. We're missing 5. Now we're missing just a little bit of that, and we can claim that as well. Just seems like a good idea to check all the things around your base. So that's pretty cool. Right, so that's a slightly more difficult one to take. We have an Asian. So apparently this is the most complex part of the whole system. Each agent has a special trait, generate intel or resource depending on their position. Okay. So, what's up? I've got Khalil. Solar generation increased by 1% per infiltration level. So drop monitor of Arrakis. 1 + 1 authority + 1 intel + 1 infiltration production. Spacing Guild manpower production intel. Chome Solari intel. Landstrad influence intel. And they produce intel and infiltration on those guys. These are missions, these need intel to play, so like probe setup, poison reserves. Some of these maybe, I don't think any of these are actually limited to one faction. I know that some of the techs are. In this case, +1 Solari per infiltration level, so makes sense to boost my money income. Watching me with Chome, get the intel going, build that up. Alright. Your water is negative, leads to rebellions. So, down in Grimmer. Oh, actually, we've taken Harlot. She's got wind strength of 6, so one of the buildings we're building here is definitely going to be a wind trap. As soon as we got the plascrete, we haven't got producing much plascrete, so it may be that Grimner down here we build a plascrete factory. This can also build a processing plant, which I'm assuming means this is going to be a good one for industry. Whereas up here is going to be a good place to stick my weapons.
Our lives belong to you. What's our next step?
I'm going to keep these guys here. I don't really think I can take that village with just 2 guys, so I'll go and take this village.
We
Thank you,
live to
home.
serve. Our lives belong to you. We hold instruments of doom. What
Let's move everyone up together, because we're going to need that at some point. 7 days, and we're at stockpile levels, so let's reduce the stockpile, increase my income. And he's back to full health, so we'll send him up to here.
Agreed.
What I'm looking for now is more spice.
Ready. What do you need?
Oh, they've got some sort of range, guys. Make sure you're all on the rock. Should be able to chop through this village fairly quickly. Every 25 you have to pay people tax. I already mentioned that. Okay. The exchange rate changes. Oh yeah, you have to keep an eye on that, don't you? Construction complete. We're now producing a lot more plascrete. Which means you should be able to build a water wind trap fairly soon. Send me out to investigate, give us some hegemony.
Ready for destruction.
Oh, we've got some Fremen up there.
Instruments of doom.
Right, development research. Let's reduce the cost of buildings. Trade request for another faction.
Let's get to business.
Smugglers. They want to send me spies and plascrete for influence. That would kickstart my water facility here. That was a good chunk of my influence now.
What's our next step?
But I need the water. Like I can manage these. Apparently it's more efficient to manage these yourself, but this is game 1. We're not doing that, are we? I was raiding my village. Also, my military back to it. So, what I could do here is build up some militia. Take 5 manpower. Gold. For now we can defend this guy. But yeah. But I should probably call this video to an end. Looking interesting so far. Of course I'm still in the early stages of expansion. But you know, I've got a nice little industry going. I'd like to be producing more influence and stuff like that. But we'll see how it goes. So thanks for watching, please like, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.